It's been a long time since I last had a sharp screen mouse. So today, let's talk about the carbon fiber mouse CarbonX brand, which is called EPOMac. This brand mainly makes custom keyboards from abroad. In the next year or two, they will start laying out their presence in the domestic market. Actually, I got this mouse before the National Day holiday. This month has really been a bit too busy, so I never had time to make videos. Duan has been using it continuously for a month. So today, let's talk about how this mouse is made. At first glance, this mouse actually looks quite good. Anyway, it really fits my taste. The hollowed out is quite large. It is also very symmetrical, with no hollowed out areas at the side groups or the base of the palm. So when you hold it, the palm area is still very breathable. Is the palm root part hollowed out? Personally, I think it doesn't really affect the feel of the hand, because I specially found a large hollowed out mouse to use. In fact, when it comes to actual grip, the experience at the base of your palm is almost the same. I think CarbonX must have taken this into account. Aesthetics and overall strength are the key considerations. Making molds like this really gives off a bit of a caring attitude when you handle it. If I don't let you look, can you tell who it resembles? That's right. The Mini SE CarbonX has an overall length of 118.9 centimeters. The double height is 39.9, the waist is 55.9, and the storage height is 63.1 weight. The top is about 46 grams. The back height is actually higher than the Mini SE's, less than a millimeter thick. That little bit of backing, in fact, it still has quite a bit of an impact on the feel. When gripping, you can clearly feel the area below your ring finger. One part reaches the palm, and the other part fits the minus grip of the mouse. Basically, only the roots of the palms and the palms are aligned at the root area. This part is off the mouse, which is a major difference. What it brings is a fine adjustment to the tilted switch. I think it's a bit less flexible. Sometimes, comfort is even better. If you use it daily or for gaming for a long time, it also doesn't feel tiring like the difference in waist and hip width. It reached 3.5 millimeters. When the thumb is pressed against me, the comfort is still quite good. When you grip it flat, it feels a bit stuck in the tiger's mouth big fish trap, because the mouse's left hip basically pushes your big fish out of the stick. The right side of the collection was handled just right. Curved placement is best. Of course, the previous model or this gripping the R-corner is also good, because he's not the most interesting mouse in hand. I think it's the coating that's really hard to describe. To be honest, I don't know if you have it. Having touched that Organtera fabric, it's delicate yet has a touch of damping. It's truly amazing. This is my first time touching this kind of coating on a mouse. It's amazing. I can only say, it just feels like you can't stop touching it. That was comfortable. There are also drawbacks, but it's not very slip resistant. And black stains are too easy to build. Got it, stains won't do. The button cover sway control is really well done. There are no spatial layers either. If you move slightly, it uses a Omron light. The dial feel of the micro scroll wheel is really light. Basically none. The middle click pressure is moderate and quite comfortable. The side parts are very dull and feel in the hand. At the bottom there are 4 small foot kicks, which are the foot kicks. To be honest, what I did was a bit thin. I suggest optimizing this part in the future, because if the electrons are soft, it's very easy for them to get attached. Next, let's take it apart and take a look inside. Actually, you can see about 80% of this kind of hollowed out mouse without taking it apart. Let's take it apart and see the internal structure. You can see the mouse battery is centrally mounted, and it probably has a protective cover. Honestly, I think it's quite good, and it solves the issue of center of gravity. The mouse's center of gravity is quite remarkable. It's really quite a good example. Peel it open and take a look. Once you peel it open, you can see it. The battery is 300 milliamp hours. As for voltage, 3.7 V is quite standard for batteries, and it's not very high density. The battery is fairly standard. The sensors and main controller are 3950 and 52840. It's also a very standard combination. The micro switch is Omron light. The micro encoder is the wind position during wind time. The height is 11. Most of the top cover is quite standard, with a pillar in the middle. This pillar actually has an indicator light here. It's the charging indicator light. Even for coal power, the indicator lights are on the center side. After plugging in the cables, you can take a look. To be honest, this carbon fiber material really has good toughness. It really has toughness and rigidity, which is quite fun. That's all for the disassembly. This way you can see clearly. There was actually an indicator light on the middle side. It's quite interesting, and the mouse is really quite interesting. Overall, my 18.5mm mouse actually feels pretty good in hand. Its price is roughly 499 yuan for a carbon fiber Miniac-like mouse. I think the biggest surprise is this coating. Anyway, I haven't experienced this kind of mouse coating before. The warmth is really gentle. Okay, lastly, let me recommend hand length and hand shape. It's more recommended for people who don't sweat their hands to use this mouse, as it's best to sweat more. I think it's a bit slippery. Non-slip stickers can of course solve the problem with hand lengths of about 17 to 19.5 centimeters. Long hands, grips, and inward grips are all quite suitable. Okay, that's all for this video. I am Sancho. We'll be more tall in the next video.